Hi, in this chapter I want to talk about barebone code of each C program for microcontrollers. From this moment we will call microcontrollers MCU, that stands for microcontroller unit. I assume you don't know a lot about C, so I will explain it from base. In this chapter you don't need to know anything and you should just sit back and watch what I'm doing. I want to show you an example of C code in real life. Let's code. Note 1 says there is Navid that he is 28 years old. Note 2 says there is Mike that he is 26 years old. So easy. There is two persons that one of them is Navid and he is 28 years old, and another note is saying that there is a person that his name is Mike and he is 26 years old. So you should imagine that there is a judge and he or she trying to judge who is older. On next line, we will say if Mike age is greater than Navid age, then tell everyone Mike is older. Else, if Mike age is not greater than Navid age, then tell everyone Navid is older. So that's it. This is a code in real life that is so much like C code. So it's a simple code that we wanna translate it in C code. I wanna change this code to C and compile it with the C compiler and see the results. In this code, you can say MCU is the judge that is judging these notes on paper. First, judge knows that there is a person that its name is Navid, and judge knows that Navid is 20 years old. Then judge knows that there is a person that its name is Mike, and judge knows that Mike is 26 years old. Then judge can tell everybody who is older. That's it. This is a C code in real life. All code in C is like this, and you can write it like a novel. And I will show you how to write it like that. Now I want to tell you some catchword that you should know. Every sitcom has some catchphrases or catchword that if you be familiar with that, you will enjoy it. Good news is that there is not a lot, so you can remember it alright. Though you shouldn't. You have Google. In C language, we don't say catchphrases. Instead, we say syntax. Syntax is example of catchphrases in C language. In this code, you see that there is 2% with their ages on paper. In real world, ages of persons should be saved on paper for judge to see. In C language, ages of person is saved on variables. With that, judge can say who is older. Let's write this code on C. Just open your browser. So type this on your browser and enter this site. This is free and it's enough for now. Just delete all this and delete all this as well. So now let's try to write that code. Int, that is integer or number, navid, we name it navid age, it's equal 28, and after each line of code that you're writing, you should put semicolon on the end of it. In next line, we define mic age. Int is an integer or a decimal number. Mic age equal 26. On the next line, we should, as a judge, decide who is older. So we write if navid age greater than mic age, then execute all code in this bracket. Now we wanna use printf. I will explain what is printf on its chapter because it is so important to know how it works. Printf, this way we will say navid is older than mic, and the end of it we put semicolon, and if navid age greater than mic age, so tell everybody navid is older than mic. Else, if mic age is greater than navid age, then tell everybody mic is older than navid. Put semicolon on the end of it. It's so important that you put semicolon on the end of it. So we run it, and navid is 28 years old, mic is 26 years old, so navid is older than mic. Let's change mic age to 30 and run it. No, mic is older than navid because mic is 30 and navid is 28. So that's it. Let's read this code again. From top, we have an include to a library that I will explain it later. And next we have a main function that is start from here and end here. Every microcontroller should have this function because microcontroller start executing code from this function. You can see that. Let's read it again. We have a navid age that is a integer or int, or you can say it is a number that its value is 28. In the next line, we have Mike age that is integer or int or number that its value is 26. Then we check who is older and show it with printf. I'll talk about printf in detail in its chapter because it is so important. Don't worry about codes because I will show you in detail each line in several chapters. Let's see this code and check it with this. Let's minimize this and you can see all this code. From first line, we have note 1 says there is a Navid that he is 28 years old. So there is a note 1 that is a paper that on it write Navid is 28 years old. So this is a variable and this is a variable int, translated from C code of this line. And the next line is this that translated in English from this line, and so on.